good governance, electricity, roads, education, and what have you, don't you think there should be a focus on transparency, anti-corruption, and so forth?
If we are to talk about these two variables, indices that you have mentioned, transparency and accountability, form the bedrock of good governance. Our people must be liberated from these shackles of poverty. People that are in poverty cannot ask about good governance in the first place. They must be liberated. How can we liberate them? Through education. The people must be educated. They must be conscientized of themselves and of their rights. Through that, they will be able to really ask for accountability and transparency. I saw a senator was asked about how he went about spending 22 billion naira, which is meant for his constituency. And he has not actually, he could not provide a sufficient answer to convince the populace. But instead of doing that, went ahead to start, exchanging words with a particular organization that was mandated to actually carry out this follow the money or track the money, an organization that is engaged in that. So I think it is because of the level of our education, political education in particular. If you are politically educated, of course that is the time you know you are right. Very many of our people, majority of our people in this state are not politically educated, they are not politically conscientized, they don't know their right from their left. And that is the reason why the only thing that they knew and the only thing that they ask for from the politician is to get the crumbs that is falling down from the politician's table. And that's all they know. But to me, I think that lies, this responsibility of educating the people lies on the elites and of course the people like you who are the journalists.
Okay, let me ask you again. Are you now telling the electorates to begin to ask politicians henceforth about what commitments they have about, for instance, anti-corruption, about transparency, so that the conversation has always been about building schools, building roads, and so on. I believe these are part of good governance. But should the electorate go a bit further to ask them, to begin to question them, what commitments they can have for fighting corruption and what have you?
I don't think if this question of how this question will emanate from the electorate of my constituency. Why? I have already stated the reason earlier on that because of the level of poverty.
But do you think it should be something?
My thinking should not be what is concrete. Let's talk about how concrete it should be. Something that is, tenable. If and only if the level of education here is very low. It is only in a place where the level of education is high that people will begin to ask about their rights, will begin to ask some fundamental questions that if and only if the politicians fail to that, to really fulfill whatever promise is going to make to them. I'm telling you, after 4 years, when he comes back to them, they will not elect him. There should be a covenant. That is what we call covenant in our political science literature, meaning that agreement, social contracts between the electorate and of course the politicians, that there has to be a point of meeting point between the two parties, so that we are going to give you our right, we are going to vote for you to go to the either Senate or the House of Assembly or whichever State House of Assembly or reps, but what are you going to do us? And this is the question which you were trying to really maybe put it to me. But then that is lacking in our society. The contemporary society that we are living today, since we are limiting ourselves to volunteer, but it happens in places like Lagos. What happened in Lagos recently, I think, is because of the rising level of political consciousness there. Then the people there are able to identify their rights from their left.
Okay, if we should admit that the level of literacy here is poor, is it in order to begin to sensitize the public on this. At this level, do you agree with me that we should begin to talk about issues of transparency and accountability?
Of course.
Regardless of
our level of education.
Yeah.
Of course, it is right, it is high time. It is high time that people should start actually talking about transparency. If there is transparency and accountability, even this problem that we are today in wouldn't have arisen in the first place. Injustice, lack of transparency, lack of accountability, corruption are actually the factors that culminated into this problem. So I think it is high time. Borno is an all states. Our people are known for, they say Borno is a citadel of what? Education.
Okay.
So I think it's the right time for us to
Let me
start
ask
asking
you,
about this question.
you're a public commentator, a public analyst.
Yes.
People are actually looking up to you and people like you for direction. What are you people doing to sensitize the electorate? What are you doing? What is your own contribution to this issue?
If I may say, this is one of the avenues that we can actually use to sensitize the people.
Okay.
And the other aspect, as you know, sometimes, or most time, I appear on even as a foot soldier on the political scene, where I will be given opportunity to talk to the people. It is not one day that we think of building the house. It will take us some time, but definitely through the social media, through our other means and avenues that we are getting opportunity to participate, and that's we'll be able to really educate the people to know their right from their left.
I used to think public commentators are those who create the framework within which politicians and electorates cohabitate. If you get
I understand.
now, don't you think it is on you to begin to draw attention to these issues, which you said our level of literacy is still low? Don't you think you should begin to create that framework which the politicians must be subjected to? Now, let us look at the politicians within the framework of what commitments you can bring to the table about corruption, about transparency. And if we find out that within that framework, the politicians, the given politician cannot meet the basics of that framework, the public should know what to do with the politician.
Yes, that's what we've been doing. As I said, in many forums, I was opportune to participate in many forums where I actually say my mind. You understand? So things like some of the constitutional provisions that our people got to know, like maybe where the politicians went wrong, when there is an agreement, and the people must actually get to understand that if we said you should go to the left and you turn back and start moving toward the right direction, what are we supposed to do? If I may say that this is where you maybe want me to hammer on, but then our people must be educated. The elites are always organized. They are organized so much that you see them fighting outside, but when they come into the room, they always discuss. They eat and wine and dine on the same table. So most of the time, our people still need to be educated. There has to be that agreement, which I call it a covenant, social contract agreement between the electorate and the people. As a commentator, as you said, I have my own limitation. We have our own limitation. I have a forum on the social media where every Friday I brought up some issues to be discussed, issues that are affecting our society, socio-economic and political issues that is affecting our society. So this is as an individual, these are my own contribution to the larger society. So I have my own limitation. Where I stop, other organizations will continue.
What is your call to other public commentators about 2019 election?
I think they must be focused. They must actually be able to separate the chaff from the grain. They should not actually dance to the whims and caprices of these so-called politicians. Whenever money exchange hands, you see that they will start dancing to the tune of that direction. They should look at the interests of the larger society. The interest of the larger society is far more better than an individual interest. So this is my own calling to other commentators and of course the analysts.
If I may ask, the electorates may be watching us, what will be your words for them? What should they consider when they are making their choice to vote?
They should think twice before voting for any candidate of their choice, regardless of political party. Because what I actually observe in recent time is beyond maybe saying that I belong to a party A or B. They should look for credible people and vote for them, irrespective of the political party that person comes from. They should look for that and vote for such people, instead of saying that attaching themselves to political parties. Political parties do not have ideologies. Political parties do not produce credible candidates for election. Political parties these days use money to actually get their aspirant or candidate elected. People that were elected are not actually elected based on the ideology, based on the covenant that we were discussing, but they were elected based on money.
You're saying that people should no more look at the political party.
Sure.
They should look at the
individual.
The individual.
Sure.
That's what you are.
Exactly. Precisely that's what I mean.
So you don't have confidence with.
Absolutely, I don't have confidence. But from what is happening and what has happened recently, I don't have confidence on political parties. After all, our political parties in Nigeria, they don't have ideology. In the post-republic, the political parties were founded based on ideologies. You understand? But nowadays, political parties are not founded on the basis of ideology. You understand? So I lost confidence in political parties in Nigeria.
Ideologies like what? Because when you when you make mention of the First Republic,
exactly,
there were arguments that some of the political parties were basically about ethnicity and so forth. This is what forms the basis of the ideology. Now, when you refer to it, I wonder what type of ideology you want our political parties.
For example, in the First Republic, those in the north, they came to the northern people and told them, this is what we want to achieve. So many things.